I'm just showing you my thoughts on loading, and obviously I put these videos on to promote my business, but what I sort of feel is lots of people have these great videos, and I always think, God, I wish I could have a good video like that with their horses rearing and looking really ferocious, and then that video of them going on calmly and quietly. But normally the reason why they're rearing and looking really ferocious is because us as a handler, we put too much pressure on them, and they are rearing because they're really not having a good time and they want to get away from what is bothering them. So from this video, you might want to watch it twice if you've got real interest in it. What I'm doing is I'm allowing him to express his feelings. Very modern. I think we're now allowed to let our children express their feelings. So that's sort of how I feel about the horses. I'm probably rather better with the horses than my children. But if you noticed back there, he was really looking at the at the lorry, and kept walking off. But I was sort of keeping up my side of the thing, which is I want it to be trustworthy. So when he was with me and near the lorry, I was just being jolly nice to him and rewarding him. And this is his first steps onto the lorry. So his first steps have been totally his idea, because I have tried to build up the lorry as a place of safety, and that I am a trustworthy person. So he's sort of going with me. So from that, I don't mind him coming off, because he used to sort of gallop off. So the more little experiences he has of taking himself off in a quiet manner, the better. I don't want him getting on that lorry and then thinking, shit, this is terrifying, I'm going to gallop off. So I don't mind him making these little decisions of getting off, and getting off quite calmly. And there he's saying, oh God, I've just done. He shook then as he was going off, and then he's having a roll. So that was because he tried quite hard and he was really giving it a go, and because he reckoned doing stuff with me was quite fun. But it's caused him, a certain amount of anxiety and stress, and he's now sort of just getting rid of it. Now, if I'd had him on a rope, he wouldn't be able to do this, or he might end up, in a real sweat, because he might end up rearing and messing about. But you can see his behaviour is sort of calming down. At the beginning of the video, he's galloping around like a lunatic. And now he's having a roll. I think he does actually on this one then have a gallop, because in actual fact that work I'd done was fairly stressful for him, even though I didn't have a head collar on, and even though I was just doing it with him guiding me, he still found that pretty stressful, because he's having a good shake and a good gallop, good sort of thingy, and then he sort of gets himself in a sweat and gallops around again. So this is his sort of behaviour around the lorry. You saw it at the beginning. The lorry basically really upsets him. So after doing a bit that day, this is the following day. And because I had been predictable and trustworthy, he is beginning to think, actually, do you know what? That girl, what she's doing isn't so bad after all. And I have brought Maloney out and tied him to the lorry just to help this guy when things don't go right, that he can sort of come down easier. And there he's just saying to me, do you know what? I've done enough of going on that ramp, and I am a little bit stressed. So even though his body is looking a lot calmer, he still needs to go off and sort stuff out. He wants to go off and have a little scratch with Maloney, and that to me is him just having a little bit of a, sort of bringing his body down. But you can see he's coming over in a more relaxed fashion, and the whole feel of it is becoming more relaxed. And just over time, just doing this, allowing him to tell me when he's over threshold, it's all too much, and me allowing him to go and sort that out, to sort out his emotions. I'm not holding on with him with a rope. I'm not bashing him with a stick when he gets it wrong. I'm just saying, it's okay, mate. I know you find this difficult. Let's see how we can do it together. Now, I do use pressure on horses, and there are times where I will have them on the end of a rope. But in this instance with this horse, I felt that he was seriously stressed about everything going on. It wasn't just that he didn't fancy going on the lorry. It wasn't his day. He was telling me that in actual fact the lorry really, really upset him. And so here you can see he's much happier. Now this is literally at the end of the session. I just went to get my phone, and then I thought, oh, he's going on, so I turned it around. And he is now saying, do you know what? That lorry is not a bad place. Anyway, I wonder if anyone is still listening, and if they are, I wonder if you could put in the comments what you feel about whether you thought this video was worth watching or whether it was a complete nightmare and a very dull